Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Simply Jan Homestead. Today I'm joining in a collaboration hosted by Tony from Kettle Kitchen and Pam from Blue Self-Reliance. I'm going to put their links in the description. Go check them out. There are a bunch of fabulous people doing videos for Jam It Up June 2.0. This is going to be fun. Today, for this June, I am making blueberry jam. I wanted to do ground cherry jam, but my ground cherries aren't ready, y'all. So I'm making blueberry jam. I'm getting out of my box, getting out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to try blueberry this year. Let's review what you're gonna need. Some white vinegar, measuring cups and spoons, all your canning utensils. You need a smusher for your blueberries, a funnel, 4 cups of sugar, 6 cups of blueberries, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 pouch of pectin. Now, y'all, blueberries have pectin in them, so you don't necessarily have to make it with the pectin. But for this recipe, because it calls for it, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to need a big pot. I get the deep one because in case it splashes when it's boiling. I put my lids in a pan so they can get warm. And then I put my jars in the canning pot. And then I have my rings over here just waiting. So let's get started on this blueberry jam. Oh, and I also have a plate in the freezer so I can test the consistency of the jam once it's done. If it doesn't run, it's ready. If it runs, you need to do more. I forgot to tell you, wash your berries off, y'all. Wash them off real good. Now, this recipe calls for 3/4 of the berries to go in first, and we are going to mash those down. So let's get our masher. Let me get you set up here. Oop. Here we go. I've got my heat on. And we're going to mash these blueberries up. Hopefully they cooperate. I suppose as they warm up, they'll mush up a little better. But they're doing it. They're doing it. See? Okay. There we go. And then the directions say to bring that to a boil. And while you're bringing that to a boil, you can have your lids heating up. I put a little vinegar in the canner because I just like to do that. Okay, so enlarge pot over medium heat, add 3/4 of the berries and mash. And then I'm going to add the remainder of the berries. They could still use a little more mashing, but yeah, now they're mushing up real nice. So, okay, now we're going to add the rest of the berries, sugar, and lemon juice. I would assume I'm going to keep mashing. There goes the lemon, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then the sugar goes in. Now I add the sugar a little bit at a time, so I'm going to get that in there and getting me a different spoon. So I can mix it up real good. Y'all be careful whenever you're cooking jam, fruit, because when it comes to a boil, it bubbles, and it bubbles hard. So you want to make sure you're protected and you don't get burned. We don't want any casualties. And please follow all your canning instructions so you have a healthy product. Now, the instructions say to use bottled lemon juice because it has a more consistent acidity than using lemons. So that is something you definitely want to do. And I usually don't use real lemons anyway. So, all right, I'm going to get this mixed up and I will be back. All right, we're at our rolling boil and I'm going to add the bag of pectin in, and then we're going to cook that for 1 minute. That's a nice rolling boil. So we want to, I just put it in a little bit at a time. Keeps it from clumping up. And you might get a little foam when you make jams. Sometimes you get a little foam. No biggie. Just scrape it off and take it out if you want, if it bothers you. All right, here we go. 1 minute. Boy, that smells so good. You can definitely see it thickening up. Constantly stir, y'all. Keep it stirring. You're gonna need a ladle too to put it into the jars. I always put a towel down so my jars aren't hitting the cold countertop. So while I stir, I'm clearing a spot for all my things. For all my things, y'all. I've got my paper towel to wipe my lids. It looks awesome. It's not running too much. It is running a little bit, but that's a pretty thick hunk right there. So I'm happy with that. We're gonna go with that, and we're gonna get these jars ladled up. When you're filling your jars, you're gonna leave a 1/4 inch head space, and you are going to wipe the rim with your vinegar. Make sure there are no remnants of fruit or the syrup on the jars. So here we go. That looks so good. And these are 1/2 pints, y'all. And then I found out last year that I have a measure on the other end of this. You want to get all those bubbles out. I can add a little bit more. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Okay. Now you're going to take your towel. Okay, I'm on the last jar, and I have a little left over. So what I'm going to do is put that in a bowl, and we can use it for topping on vanilla ice cream. That's going to be good. Ooh, I got that one a little full. Not to worry, I have my spoon. So I'm going to spoon it out until I get it where I need it. I want those blueberries in there though. I'm definitely going to have to bleach this towel because it's stained with blueberry. Alright. The other tip I wanted to give you is remember you don't start your count on your canning until it boils. Then you start your count. So let's get the last one in. And I'm going to bring you over here. And then I'm going to turn the heat up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half pints. And that is perfect. That is perfect. You want at least a 1/2 inch head space over your jars. And, let's see, a little fuzzy in there. And then I just take the leftover vinegar and pour it in there. Nothing goes to waste. So let's get our countdown going. We're going to wait for these to boil, and 10 minutes once it's boiling. I don't have any left over to taste, but I'm about to taste this. Wow, that is so delicious. There might not be any left over for ice cream tonight. I'm just saying. All right, we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, our 10 minutes are up. So what I'm going to do is open the lid slightly so there's not a massive temperature fluctuation, and when that stops boiling, I'm going to remove the jars. Okay, here we go. When you're taking your jars out, don't tip them. The water will evaporate on its own from the heat. You do not have to tip the jar to get the water off. I did that for years, and it could mess with your seal, so let's not do any tippage. What I want to hear are 6 pops. And that means that my jars have sealed. So I'm going to wait for my 6 pops. And while I was waiting on all this, I took the opportunity to clean everything up, because canning requires a lot of dishes, y'all. But there they are. Oh, they look so good. Oh, pop 1. That's the beautiful sound of canning. 5 more to go. That one popped. And you'll see that little dot. Well, oh, that'll go in. There's 2. I don't know what one it was though. That one maybe. Yep. Just a couple more. Alright, I won't put you through this. Y'all have fun with your canning. It is such a joy to can, and such a joy to be a part of this collaboration. Be blessed and love well. Bye now.